Why WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley says he had to speak out about Trump, the right side of history. I really do feel like future generations are going to study this period of time and wonder how we stood by and let so much go wrong, Foley says. If only they'd gone with the obvious headline, mankind to vote against Trump. Mick's a solid guy. Every endorsement helps. Have a nice day. I appreciate Mick Foley saying something. I'm also bewildered how MAGA hats can stand by someone so corrupt and destructive. Foley, 55, says he'll be voting for Trump's rival Joe Biden on November 3, but he first wants to warn his fans about what he sees as a legitimate danger if Trump is re-elected. For the first time in his life, Foley identifies danger and walks away. https://www. YouTube.com/watch, v equals 9hmp65 tunt equals 1m40s. Hopefully Cactus Jack and Dude Love are voting Biden too. He is absolutely right, of course, that future generations will study this time and try to understand how much went wrong. I know I grew up always sort of wondering how Nazi Germany just happened. I understood about Hitler, I understood about the German economy post-WW1, I knew all of the academic impetus for a fascist government to arise. But I still never felt like I understood the followers. I never understood how a simpleton like Hitler could just unlock all that evil lurking beneath the surface of humanity, to the point of mass extermination. How he could find and make so many serial killers to operate the gas chambers. Now, seeing the cult that has formed around a uniquely repugnant con artist in real time, I see it. Of course Foley is the WWE legend with the conscience. Don't let the 1998 Hell in a Cell match distract you from the fact that in 2020 Trump lied about the coronavirus, sending over 190,000 Americans sprawling 6 feet into their early graves. Always been a good person. Mick Foley continues to do the right thing. What a great guy. I had the opportunity to meet and speak to Mick after a speaking engagement. He's an extremely articulate and intelligent person. This comes as no surprise to me. Foley has taken tons of bumps to the head over his career and is still much sharper than Trump. Also, Trump sure did a shit job of selling Austin Stunner and has no business being in the WWE Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people think wrestling is silly or whatever, but if you're one of those people, I encourage you to check out Mick Foley. Dude put his body on the line on a nightly basis and was performing until like 2016. Dude was a madman in the ring but an absolute sweetheart outside of it. Check out the documentary Beyond the Mat, there are some great moments with him. He is an amazing human. We have failed mankind in several ways. I saw his stand-up routine on a Tinder date with a wrestling fan years ago. It was more like storytelling than comedy for me, because I didn't understand any of the jokes. But it was a really charming routine and he seemed like a lovely guy. I was so surprised to see videos of him dressed like a serial killer and smashing people with chairs. Just so we are all on the same page. A man who made a career of getting thrown through steel cages and beat over the head more times than anyone can count, has more sense than mega supporters. This is the best TLDR I could make, original, https://people.com/politics/YWWE legend Mick Foley is criticizing Donald Trump / reduced by 86%. I'm a bot. Mick Foley would like to say something about his fellow WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump. Foley says McMahon, the WWE CEO, isn't a social conservative and he believes the wrestling chairman wouldn't hold an employee's political beliefs against them. Foley says the politicization of a pandemic that has killed nearly 200,000 people in the U.S. and the newly released recordings showing Trump had knowingly downplayed it, led the veteran wrestler to a personal ultimatum, especially after a tense run-in with a group of people outside a South Carolina convenience store who ridiculed him for wearing a mask. Extended summary, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditildr/comments/IRC6kg/y_hall_fame__for_Foley_Mick_Foley_NP. Reddit. com/r/auditildr/comments/31b9fm/faq_auditildr_bot/version 2 02523798tl DRS so far. Feedback, http://np. Reddit. com/message/compose, 2=%23 auditildr PMs and comments are monitored, constructive feedback is welcome. Top keywords, Foley #1 Trump #2 Wrestler #3 WWE #4 McMahon #5. Mick Foley is a fucking treasure. I don't think I could care less about wrestling, but this guy paints the sport in such a good light. He's out there protecting people who fought with him. Standing up for what he believes is a hard thing to do, especially in that industry it seems. The guy is incredible. Dude is working to save mankind. I'm having another moment which is so common these days but still surreal. A professional wrestler is proving he would be a 10,000 times better president than the current president. Mankind will study this period of time and wonder how we stood by and let so much go wrong, mankind says. Mick Foley has always been, and always will be my favorite wrestler. My mother-in-law knows this and was very excited to text me about him the other day. Have a good day. I mean, I do it right now. The answer is mostly rooted in the entirety of the Republican Party, Citizens United, and the rich. Future generations won't wonder. A large swath of the population is financially insecure, desperate even. When people have bigger problems in their own sphere, it is difficult to focus on larger issues that have less immediate effect on their lives, as they are already struggling to put out the fire in their own lives. Vote out Trump, for all mankind. Trump is going to try and do everything he can to make us forget about what a terrible leader he has been, but please America, don't let this man distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw mankind off hell in a cell, and plummeted 16 feet through an announcer's table. Vote this fucker out, for mankind. I dare anyone call him a snowflake over this and keep a straight face. Whether or not one appreciates pro wrestling, this man is the quintessential badass. Bravo Mick. I'm not saying Trump is Hitler, but I do think future generations will view his supporters like the Hitler Youth in 1930s Germany. Deleted. Anyone else consider the comparison of Mick Foley announcing that he's about to speak out against our leader here, while in Iran a wrestler was just executed for the same thing after being tortured first? Just struck me hard. BC, they're both in the same profession. I know we're in a dark place right now in our country, but I'm glad there's still hope while we have the Bill of Rights. Have a nice day Mick. You're awesome. His book is still one of my top 10 all time. The People's Champ. I met Mick Foley at Sports End when I was around 12 to 13 years old. He was very nice and played a motorcycle game with me. I love Mick Foley. He has done so much against rape and domestic violence and abuse against women over the years. He really puts the kind in mankind. Weary face red heart. If a man with countless concussions can see, why is the general public failing? Let me just add that to the list of reasons why Mick Foley is one of my heroes. I love Mick Foley. I interviewed him a few years ago. He is very funny. No need to look into the how or why. It's called Ideological Subversion, and Yuri Bezmenov, https://youtube. b/IQPSKVG6WMI, told us that America was a target decades ago. It'll take just as long to heal from the effects of the psychological warfare we've been put through. Remember that congressional Republicans actively engaged in destabilizing America for personal and political gain, using this psychological warfare on United States citizens. We won't forget what you've done, you motherfucks. A man who made a career talking to a sock puppet has more reason and common sense than the most powerfully corrupt piece of shit to ever sit in the Oval Office. Let that sink in for a minute. That's a fucking relief. With how right-why wrestling is, I always have to brace myself when a wrestler gets political. Especially one I admire.